if you could kind of switch your mind around to, there's people out there like me who you could really make a huge impact on their life and change it drastically. Like, she changed my life. I can't even tell you the gratitude I have and the impact she has made, because my life wouldn't be like it is today. So every time, and I hate inviting. I hate it. I hate sending inbox messages. I hate inviting. I know that feeling. I don't like it. But, and I don't really cold message. I tried that whole power half hour thing where you cold message people. I didn't really like it. So what I do now is at the end of my messages, I'll say, click like or comment, and I'll reach out to you. Anyone who likes my posts, then I'll message them. And I'll say, and I'll start up a conversation. So I'm going to get into that tip later. But so, and even then I get scared. I don't want to ask. But then I remember, if she wouldn't have reached out to me, I would have never gone to her. Ever. Never. I never would have gone to her. I never would have said I wanted to join. I never would have. I just wouldn't have. I didn't have Facebook. So when you're thinking that you're getting stuck and you don't want to do it and it feels like old news, you could seriously change someone's life. Like, I can't tell you what a difference she made in my life. So that's the mindset part of this. I'm going to talk about mindset and how to organize your month and how to organize your posts and your days. The way you can kind of get it all together. Because honestly, I do this full time now, and I do not work more than 10 hours a week. So a lot of coaches, I mean, I could be making a lot of money if I worked 40 hours, but I don't. I just get it done and I just go about my day. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. So get your mindset around it and realize that it's Team Cup is a challenge, but you can seriously change a life. Think about where you were. Think about where you really want to go. If you kind of lost sight of your vision and your goal, and you kind of think it's not possible to get where you want to be, realize that it is. I never thought in a million years I could be making, pretty close to six figures with this business, ever. I mean, I made fun of businesses like this. I never thought it was possible. You can do it. So if you haven't made a dream board, a vision board, do it. Visualize. And something our team has been doing, I'm going to get into this. I'll stop. Okay, so mindset. And get that momentum back. If you ever listen to, I think it's Brittany Leggett, she has team calls on YouTube. I listen to all of them. She has one that talks about momentum, the big mo. And she's like, think of it as like you're pushing a snowball up a hill, and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing. Well, once you get to the top, the snowball momentum's going to take over, just going to kind of roll down effortlessly. So yeah. What, who? Want to say something? No. Okay. So you need to just go to traction. It might
Bailey.
I don't know what that is.
Why you're
I'm echoing.
telling shit yourself.
I'm echoing. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, so if you've lost the momentum, do something to get it back. Do something. You might have to blitz, and maybe you do have to send out some cold invites. Maybe you do have to, get creative with your posting and get outside the box. Maybe you do have to reach out to people, ask for referrals. Do something to build that momentum up, because you need to start pushing that ball up the hill. And then it won't seem like it's this big daunting thing. Don't be afraid. Don't have fear. Because and I always think, if you could just, now that you see my face, picture me. Like, seriously, picture me. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my story a little bit. When I started, I was 28 years old, and I had just had a stroke. I had a stroke at 28. I was 215 pounds, and I never thought I was, like, unhealthy. I was eating fast food multiple times a day. But I had so much stress. I had so much going on. I think it was stress. I never found a reason why, but I think I was under so much stress and I had so much inflammation that I had a stroke. So when she asked me again a month later and my husband said yes, that kind of spiraled the whole weight loss thing. I lost, I think, 8 pounds by Valentine's Day around this time. And I was kind of upset with only an 8-pound weight loss. And then I started noticing that she was making money. And it still took months after that to sign up to be a coach and do it. But it just took someone asking me. So not only did I build a business, make the income, I got off my medication, my sugar's under control. And I feel good. I feel really good and I feel happy. I'm not under stress anymore. So when you're afraid, just think you don't know what that person's going through. You don't know how it can affect their life, and they might not know that they need this. I just really want to stress that. I've said that multiple times. Okay, so you're going to go back to where you were before you signed up to be a coach. And maybe you're going to post that tonight. We're going to get off this call, and you're going to make a post. Tell a story. I tell my team all the time, tell a story. Facts tell, stories sell. My Facebook is stories all the time. Multiple tidbits of my life, just memories. I even use other people's stories. Today, I just posted about the wake-up call with Jamie Fitzpatrick or Fitch, whatever his last name is. I told his story. So I just tell people's stories on Facebook all the time. They're not always mine. So if you get up tonight, tell a story about where you were before you started coaching. And think of an actual event. So I tell the story about New Year's Eve all the time. I was standing talking to my friend. I heard my husband and John across the room. My husband said yes. I wanted to wring his neck. I couldn't believe he got me involved in this thing. It just kind of triggers people thinking, oh my gosh, I was just making fun of her yesterday. Like, because people probably are making fun of me. But it triggers them thinking, okay, she was like me. She was there. Maybe I can try this too. Maybe there is going to be a change. So tell stories. Okay, so back to I only work 10 hours a week. I do a power, and this is even when I was working full time. I did this every morning, 7 to 7:30 before I would leave the house in the morning. I would jump on Facebook and I would do not this exact thing because this has grown and I've gotten better, but it's my power half hour. So I'll send out 5 invitations to people who have liked or commented on my past posts. And usually always one of them is a coach. And I always have a list of potential coaches going. So I always try to get to 10. I have 9 right now. And when I cross one off, I add. So I always have a list of 10 potential teammates that I put on here. And I always just reach out to them. Then I add 5 to new friends a day on Facebook. I just go to people you may know and I add. If they ask me, hey, do I know you? I say, I'm not sure. You look familiar. Or, no, I just like to network. I saw that you have lots of mutual friends with me. I don't make it weird. If they don't want to add me, they don't want to add me. But I always make sure I have new people coming in. And so I'm going to get into this at the end before we log off. But the crazy thing, I was talking to Heidi today. And one thing we do at Team Cup is we pray. And Heidi prayed today, and she got another, not just a challenge pack, a coach sign up today because she prayed. So I'm like, all right, Heidi, I haven't prayed today. I'm going to put Bryce down for a nap, and then I'm going to go pray. Well, I prayed, fell asleep with the baby, woke up. I had an inbox from a complete stranger. No mutual friends, no idea who she is. I must have added her like probably a year ago. I've never even seen her name before. She's like, hey, how can I get started? What do I need to do? So if you're constantly adding new people, they're going to be watching you. They're going to pay off in a year, 6 months, 2 years. They're going to pay off. Then I do CCQ. I go to 3 people's Facebooks and I comment, compliment, and ask a question on their posts. 3 people, just 3 random people. I just to build the relationship, comment, compliment, ask a question. Then I spend about 5 minutes doing follow-ups from people I haven't heard of. And I don't spend a lot of time on this because every Friday I go through and I do like a big follow-up, a Friday follow-up. So I spend maybe like 2 to 5 minutes doing the follow-ups. And then my last thing is I post a story. Every single day I have a story. So that's all I do. From 7 to 7:30 in the morning, that's my work. That's a half an hour. And then throughout the day, I'll do a team call or I'll jump on, I'll talk to someone on the phone or my messages. And then that's usually like an hour, maybe 2 hours max during the day. So this is as complicated as you make it. If you can just get that down in a half an hour, get your work done and keep posting stories and really think like you're a magnet and start attracting people to you and pray, it's going to happen. You don't have to overcomplicate this. You can really do this in a half an hour a day. I did. I built it in half an hour a day. Okay. So now here's some tips about Team Cup because Tracy tried to go live and it didn't post or something. So my number 3 tip was the secret sauce. I'm going to tell you what the secret sauce is on this call. Even though Tracy hasn't, posted hers yet. So, but I'm going to back up for a minute. When you're posting about thinking back to where you were when you started, okay, I want you to put yourself back in that person. So, Megan, where were you the day before you signed up? What was going through your mind? What were you thinking? Go back to that moment. And then I want you to think, this is a Jen Sincero. You Are a Badass. You guys have read it. This is a Jen Sincero quote. Think, I just want to see what I can get away with. If you turn it into kind of a game and let yourself be brave, I wonder if I can get this person on my team. I wonder how many invites I can send out. I wonder what I can get away with the universe. That's and that kind of takes the fear away a little bit when I'm starting to message people, because I'm just kind of playing a game. What can I get away with today? What can happen? So that's my line that I do there. I actually have it. Megan and I are in this academy, and she said put a positive mantra on the top of your computer, and I have it there with like washi tape. What can I get away with today? So it just kind of takes that fear away, making it kind of like a game with yourself. If you're competitive, you're going to live up to that. So 2, prayer. Like I just said, we pray, visualize. If you've realized personal development, you know that all the top successful people, billionaires like Richard Branson, Oprah, I mean, not just Beachbody, everyone who is successful, they do personal development, and the number one thing they do is I can't say it. They visualize, there we go, and they meditate, and they say these mantras, and they literally manifest it into their life. So I've been saying this forever. I've had a dream board forever. I swear to God, I manifested my husband. I did. In 2010, I went upstairs. I had an apartment. My friend lived in my duplex upstairs. And I got out a poster board, and I'm like, I'm sick and tired of this life. I have 25 cents in my bank account. This is bullshit. I'm sick of being single. I'm sick of going to the bar. I'm done. Oh, sorry for this. If there's any kids, I cuss a lot. And she's a teacher, so she had glue sticks. So I went upstairs, I got her glue sticks. I started cutting out like really hot men and magazines and the ring I wanted and like all sorts of things. I literally made a dream board before I knew what dream boards were. No joke, I met him the next day. Seriously. And now we've been together for 5 years. So I even did it with my husband. And then when this business, I've made a dream board every year for things that I want. And I'm telling you, 80% of the things on there come true, like the craziest things. I have wanted a Lexus SUV my entire life. I've had one on my dream board for years. Last year, I was able to buy one. Like the craziest things. Like I never even thought I would ever need to buy one because I had a company car for years. But the Lexus has been on my dream board even before I needed a car. And then it just so happened that I was able to quit my job. I was able to save enough money to buy it. Like all of these things just started falling into place, even though I didn't know how or why I'd even need one because I had a company car. It just kind of happened. So if you haven't made a dream board, you need to do that tonight. Okay. 3, this is the secret sauce. So Sherry was saying that in the team page, there's just not a lot of communication back and forth, not a lot of participation because there's not much excitement about Team Cup. What we did and what we're doing this time to make it more exciting is we're going back to where we were in the beginning, and we're also putting the person behind the points front and center. So Heidi today had Success Club 4. She said, hey, it's Shannon, and she's blah, 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 blah. I already forget, Heidi. I'm sorry. I was sleeping when you told me. But she told the story of Shannon. Why did Shannon join? Why did Shannon buy a challenge pack? Why now? And we tell our team the story. And Sabrina was on the Team Cup team in August, and we went back through a group chat, and I just went back through and I read all of the people and their stories. And now that some of them, we actually know them now, you look back and you're like, oh my God, like look how many people that was. Look what a difference we made. So if you don't look at it as points, if you look at the person behind the points and you share that story, you're going to feel more connected. It's going to be more exciting, and you're going to feel really, really good about it. The thing about this business is the amount of fulfillment you can get is unlike anything else. And we get lost in the points and in the money and in the commission and in the rank and in all that. And what really matters is the person behind the points. So in your group chats, even if you already have points, go back through. Success Club 2 was Brittany. Success Club 4 was Christine. And then tell their story and why to the whole group. And then everybody knows who they are. So that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions for me? You can actually raise your hand. Do you know how to do that? I don't know if you know that. I did.
One question I did have is regarding the vision boards. Do you use just good old like magazines and stuff, or do you use a site now for vision boards?
I have a poster board and glue sticks. I'm old school, and it's hanging in my bedroom. And this year I actually upgraded because the poster board by the bed was kind of ghetto and it wasn't very sexy. So I went to TJ Maxx and I got like a really pretty like wooden frame, and now it's the framed poster board in the bedroom. So it's a little better. But well, my husband and I will make separate lists of everything we want, our goals, our vacations separately, and then we'll kind of look at them and combine them, and then we'll search Pinterest or Google for the images, and then we'll print them out and glue stick them.
Is there anything like special or different that you do? I love the part where you were talking about each Success Club, the person, and putting the stories on your team page. But is there anything that you guys do like to rally each other on your team pages during Team Cup?
Sabrina, do you want to talk? Or Heidi? Somebody who's on my team?
I would probably say that we share a lot. Like we have a small group chat, just the 5 of us, and we share a lot of, like, I don't know, crazy things have been happening to me. Like I listen to like a Christian rock radio, so crazy songs come on and I have to share it with my group. And I feel like, I don't know, does that help everyone else? I don't know, Diane. So it's not just, we're not just sharing just the people behind the Success Club points. I'm sharing like life things that are happening to me. I mean, within reason, within the business.
Like exciting
But,
things.
yeah.
Crazy, like, oh my God, like God totally was listening to me today.
Yeah. Like I had this meltdown moment where, I know it sounds crazy, but after Diane talked on Beachbody Champions, I only heard that the one girl in her channel or in her group had 68 Success Club points, and I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get there. There's just no way. I can't do this. I can't get 68 Success Club points. What have I gotten myself into? Because I'm obviously in her group. So I was in my car and I'm like, this is crazy. I can't do this. Are you, God, should I be doing this? I need you to tell me that this is where I need to be. And this song came on the radio like that minute. And it was all about like building you up. And I can't remember what it was called. Do you remember, Diane?
No, but American Idol.
It started with an F. I don't know. But it was all happy and butterflies and rainbows.
Oh, is it Selah?
No,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Look real quick.
Yeah, anyway.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we're just in there and we're just talking about, I think you just need to, once you start praying and really doing the mantras and asking for what you want, and then the crazy stuff starts happening, then you have something to talk about. And then it kind of pumps everybody up that like, oh my gosh, we're on this like crazy frequency and like things are coming to us and things are happening and we're meant to be here and we're doing good things and good things are happening.
So do you, Diane, with your team, do you have them all do this kind of power half hour? Do they all do that, or do they kind of do it whatever works for them?
I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. I think that, well, we found the power half hour probably this time last year in Beachbody Champions, where the girls shared it and they were going through who's online, messaging them. And I think we all tried that for a while. And I know I gave it a good 60 days and I just didn't like it. I don't know if I've been good about sharing that I still do that or not, but I've encouraged in the past to do the power half hour just because you don't have to make it complicated. You don't have to spend all day on your computer. You can literally, I just kept my same routine from when I worked, and 7 to 7:30, bam, done.
Because I think that's for a lot of us too, especially like, I think that's a pressure that we feel like, or I know I do. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but sometimes I feel like we're working this business like all day long, and you know, and it gets a little overloaded, especially like with Team Cup, because I sometimes think we all feel a little bit more pressure of hitting those goals by the end of the month instead of being more excited about it.
Just set a timer. I do a timer on my cell phone every day, and it's 30 minutes, and I just go through these 5 things, and then I'm done. Now during Team Cup, or sometimes baby happens to fall asleep, I will check messages through the day or reply, but I make sure I have that half an hour done in the morning every day. And sometimes that's all I do. Like, that's it. And then I'll answer messages the next morning. So just get those 5 things done and worry about that, and don't overcomplicate it.
So I have one question. I think you said you add 5 new friends every day. So you're running your business from your personal page and not a like page at the moment?
I do more of my personal than I still keep my business page alive. And I actually, the message I got today was on my business page. So I don't completely ignore it, but I am more so on my personal page. Yeah. Just because I see, honestly, I tried to build the business page and it wasn't seeing much traction. And even with ads, it wasn't really growing. And it just got to the point where I was like, ugh. And I noticed that Melanie Mitro doesn't do that. Like, she's the #1 coach and like top person. She uses her personal page. So if it works for her, if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me. I don't know. Somebody might teach them different. I don't know.
Well, not only that, but even if you are adding 5 new friends a day to your personal page, you can always go back to your business page and add or invite those people to like your business page. Mm-hmm. So either way, you're getting more traction to your business page.
Megan, were you saying something?
Yeah, so I was curious, in your Power Half Hour, you do your 5 invites on Facebook and you add 5 to 10 to your network on Facebook. Are you working Instagram also, or any other platform, or just Facebook?
I get in spurts on Instagram where I'm not ignoring it, but it's not really a huge focus for me, just because I have made friends on Instagram, and I have like maybe not very many, maybe 5 that follow me on Snapchat, which I haven't snapped in like a month. Really bad at that too. And a couple that follow me on Facebook now, but I just really didn't see. It works for some people. It didn't work for me, Instagram. But I'm not ignoring it because it might pay off one day. But I'm not putting a lot of time there.
So when you post on your business page versus your personal page versus your Instagram, do you share from your business page to your personal, or do you copy and like literally post them separately but posting the same thing, or do you differentiate the two completely?
I do all of that. Like, sometimes I'll share, sometimes I'll copy paste, sometimes I'll post something and it didn't got like 3 likes, so I'll delete it and I'll repost it an hour later. I just all of it until I see what sticks.
So out of curiosity, one of my faults, 2 of my faults that I'm working to correct both of. One is not scrolling, because it's not a money-making activity and it's really easy to get sucked into scrolling and social media, and then an hour goes by and you haven't worked your Power Half Hour or anything and you don't get anything done. So I'm trying to not just scroll and to be really diligent in that hour or half hour. How do you combat conversation? Because I will have people message me and they will literally, they'll spend hours talking to me. So how do you keep your conversations with like shooting a message and then returning it the next morning? Like, how do you keep them so that they're not like, because because people will literally like talk to me for hours.
Let me read you the last one. Hold on, because I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so she messaged me at 5:01. Hi, I really want details on getting started. I'm ready for a change. Can you help me figure out what to do or what to get? She misspelled there. And I said, and 20 minutes later, I said, hey, Ashley, yay, I'm so excited. I can definitely help you. What are your goals and what plans and programs have you tried before, if any? She told me her story. She's tried Jillian Michaels. She's tried Turbo Fire. She wants to lose 30 pounds. I said, okay, perfect. I said, which Beachbody programs? She said, Turbo Fire. I said, awesome. Turbo's awesome. I still added in here and there. I asked her if she had an Apple TV, Roku, Chromecast, or Fire Stick. So I want to know if she can access the all access. I have a Roku. Okay, perfect. So then I said, you're looking for something fun. That's what she said. I told her the whole spiel about Beachbody All Access. And I said, it's an awesome deal. I never used to say the price before, but now I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, people are either ready or they're not. I'm not going to beat around the bush. So I said, $199 is a great price because I paid $120 for Turbo Fire when I started for one program. And she's like, oh, awesome. That's definitely something I would enjoy. I would love to try all the programs. I'm going to think about that. So I'm like, I hate that. I'll think about that. So I responded back a couple minutes later. I said, I have a year-long accountability group. It'll be perfect. There are a lot of, I told her about being surrounded by go-getters. And I said, have you ever worked with a Beachbody coach before? Because I always make sure I do that so I'm not stealing anyone. And she said, yeah, but she really wasn't into coaching. And I said, so why now? Why 30 pounds? Is there a big push? What in particular is making you want to lose 30 pounds? And she told me about her job and she's unhappy. I said, I can totally relate. And I said, I tell you what, think it over with your husband, sleep on it. I'll follow up with you in the morning and see if you're ready to join us. Tomorrow, I'll message her. I said, hey, what'd your husband say? Are you ready to join us? We'd really love to have you. The sale ends soon. And then she'll either buy or she won't. And then I'll follow up with her again on Friday. But where are people like, and that was actually long for me because I didn't know who this girl was. So I was just trying to get to know her. Usually I'm following them or something and I can kind of know where they're coming from, but she was completely out of left field. I don't know who she is. But where are people like catching you?
People suck me in all the time. People, I bodybuild at home and I have kids under my feet and people aren't used to seeing a fit mom who bodybuilds at home. So then it's, well, do you do macros? Well, how do I do this? Well, then what do I calculate this? And if I want to start lifting, how do I start this? And so it like takes a completely like different, I'm like, whoa, come on. Let's guide you back. And then it's back to, well, but then this, and then show me how to meal prep. And it's like, it somehow gets into, like, they want all free. They want all the details. They want all free. They want me to make them a meal plan. They want me to tell them exactly what they're about. They want me to give them a workout plan. But when I say, okay, well, listen, if you want me, this is what we need to do. All of a sudden it's, well, then what do you do for free? Are you kidding me? I just spent like 4 hours walking you through freaking everything. And you want free? Like what? Dude, face palm. I'm so done.
Okay, so what you need to do, with the first question back to you, say, I answer all those in my group. And when you purchase the program, it's laid out for you. I follow this program. I also will help you one-on-one on the side. When you're ready to purchase, let me know. I'd love to get you started. I'll answer all your questions. But I need to make my kids dinner. I'll talk to you later. Then follow up with them on Friday. Don't answer the questions. You don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I'm empathetic to a fault. And I really am. I'm empathetic to a fault. And it bites me in the butt. But I need to start putting into the group. I'm going to do what Jen does in the WBA, which she says, when you post that question in the group, because other people want to see it. It also helps me, I think, gauge what my audience needs. And then I can always transfer that recording to my other platforms and stuff. So,
yeah.
Interesting. This is really good. This is really helpful.
Yeah, I think just End it. My kids got to eat, and I can't talk all day to people. Bryce is freaking crazy. He's eating cat food or dog food. I can't answer your 100 questions.
Oh my God, my kids are climbing on the counter. They're all up in everything. But it's got to stop. It's got to stop. It's got to stop.
I think sometimes almost like I'm finding, because I'm very much like you, where I tend to want to tell everybody like up front, like, because I'm so excited about it, and I am excited for them. And so I tell everything up front, but a good podcast to listen to is Bob Helig. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he's great. But he always says, that's one thing I'm learning, is that we need to cut people off. And sometimes that makes them want more. When you tell them like, look, I don't have time for you, then they're like, well, what the heck? Like, wait a minute, like, what's up with that? So I'm trying in my head to think of it that way. I'm not being rude to them. You're just being real. Like, I will help you, but this is my parameters of when and how I will help you.
Yeah, and on that, usually, I mean, this was actually weird because her name popped up. I didn't know who she was, so I answered her relatively quickly within 15 minutes. But usually I'll respond to someone and I'll say, hey, I'm going grocery shopping. I'll respond to you later today. And then I'll make them wait all day. Like, they're either going to purchase from you because they like you or not. So I used to be like, I have to answer them right now. No, they'll still be there.
I think honestly, it really, and this is, I don't know whether this will resonate with anybody else or not, but when you're super passionate about what you do and you're super passionate about helping people, sometimes you want it almost more than they do. You want it for them almost more than they want it. And you get lost in what you're valuing your own worth at, and so like I'll give and give and give just because that's just to a fault who I am. But I think I will actually end up with more respect, showing as a leader in like, listen, you're going to value my time. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but value my time. And I really, that's a huge lesson I'm learning this year, is to value my own worth and to value my time. And if you're serious, you'll put skin in the game. Like, I'm learning. I'm getting there.
Doing good. Well, guys, I have to go. The baby's screaming, and I think Jason's going to have a heart attack. So I have to go.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This was great. Really, really appreciate it. And I just want to tell everyone else, thank you from both teams for joining us. It was awesome. I'm so glad we got to meet you guys tonight, and rock Team Cup this month.
Hey, send me some inboxes and tell me if it helped you or what you liked best, just so I know like where I could get better or what was good. So send me inboxes and let me know. But that baby is screaming. So I got to go. Okay.
Bye. Thank you.